I want us to imagine a certain scenario. I'm going to use an example that is applicable to a majority of us. In an office setup, let's say whenever something goes wrong, fingers are pointed at you. So deadlines are not met. Targets are not met. Meetings did not go as planned. Everything is just haywire. Communication is done haphazardly. And all the blame is heaped on you. Even things that are not in the department that you operate in, everything is just heaped on you. How would you feel? You'd feel disappointed. You'd feel worthless. Actually, your sense of reality would be shaken because, you're supposed to be good at your job. That is why you're hired in the first place. So that's why you're doing what you're doing in the first place. But then it seems like nothing you do is right. No major input, no amount of input causes a major difference. Nothing seems to go right. Now, press pause. Let's look at our parenting. There are certain scenarios that happen in a family setup. And unfortunately, one person becomes the scapegoat or the person who all the blame is heaped upon. That person is the one who becomes responsible for the family's dysfunction and dissatisfaction. And it just doesn't happen by accident. It's just, you know how children are bubbly and opinionated and open-minded and friendly? So unfortunately, those children who seem to be more outgoing than others are the ones who become the family scapegoat. It's easier to have them carry the blame for the family, to carry the family's unresolved conflicts, to carry the family's dissatisfaction and frustration. It's easier to heap on that person, on that child who feels bubbly, because somehow along the way we become uncomfortable with such children in our presence. We become quote unquote threatened. Now you can imagine what happens to such a child when they realize that whenever everything goes wrong, there's alcoholism, there's neglect, there's abuse, there's separation. Everything that goes wrong is heaped on this child. And because the children just find themselves in such an environment, they don't call the shots. So this becomes a part of their identity. This becomes a part of their reality. So what happens to their self-esteem? It goes down. What happens to their level of self-worth? It goes down. What happens to their perception of the world? The world is cruel. I'm never good enough. I'll amount to no good. I'm the troublemaker. Every time everything goes wrong, I'm the one to blame. So they carry this victim mentality and this false sense of reality with them. And they internalize the fact that nothing good will ever come out of them. They are damaged. They don't feel good enough. Their mental health, of course, will be affected. You can imagine how it feels to carry all this burden on your shoulder. You're 12, you're 10, you're 9, you're 15, to have to carry all this burden with you. As a result of feeling misunderstood, these people usually isolate themselves. You can imagine all the fingers are pointed at you. You cannot express yourself because ideally, what the caregivers do is what everybody else follows. So even if someone could see that something is missing, they don't have a say as well. So let's say, for instance, you are the scapegoat. Now, everybody in the family, whenever things are not working out, whenever things are haywire, whenever things are chaotic, fingers are pointed at you. So you feel the world is against you, and you develop this barrier of it is me against the world. And when you develop this barrier, even your sense of emotional connection with people is blurred because you don't feel safe. You cannot be your authentic self. You cannot be real. You don't trust anybody. It is you against the world. You guard yourself. You stonewall. You place all this rigidity around you because you feel you need to stand up for yourself. And rightfully, yes. If the people that are close to you cannot see you for who you are, cannot love you for who you are, cannot accept you, and they cannot give you airtime to express yourself and to express your dissatisfaction or the unfairness that you feel, of course you need to stand up for yourself. So emotional intimacy becomes something that is so foreign to you.